Hello, we're the Greenmans. I'm Eric.
I'm Joycelyn, and we have two kids. Our oldest is Abby. She's 22 and goes to the University of Oklahoma, where she's a senior. And then we also have Jacob. He's 18 and he goes to Legacy High School in Mansfield.
Also a senior, so we have two seniors. So both of our kids went through all the sports programs here at the ministry at the church. So t-ball, soccer, all of it, especially basketball. So they loved basketball. So Abby was born with hypotonia, low muscle tone, and so this was a great place for her to get involved with sports, and she absolutely loved it, and she connected and all that kind of stuff. And then I've coached, I refed, I drove golf carts, we rode around the kids with golf carts, help people get to where they need to go, and especially ministered.
And also the
snacks. And
snacks.
Lots of especially snacks. Lots of snacks. All right, so come back. So basically being way down, everybody thinks you've lost, all that kind of good stuff. So it was 2016, so Texas A&M was having one of the best seasons that they've ever had. I'm an Aggie, by the way, class of 96, so one of the best seasons that I can ever remember. They tied Kentucky for being number one in the SEC. They ended up being a number 3 seed in the tournament, and so it was like phenomenal. They had 4 NBA players come out of that team and all that kind of stuff. So they rolled through the first round and they got to the second round of the tournament, and they were down by 12 with 42 seconds left in that game. And so they were completely down, right? Everybody thought they were out. Well, timeout, coach calls timeout, they go over there, inbound the ball and they score. So now they're down 10. So then they just basically hounded everybody on getting the inbounds pass, and they climbed all the way back from 12 back to beat. And they're playing Northern Iowa, and Northern Iowa had just beat Texas, so they were feeling pretty froggy. But then, so Texas A&M came back, 12 points down, 42 seconds left, win the game, go on to the Sweet 16. Personally, our family's come through a really big comeback, and it was about the same time that the Aggies were playing in 2016. So all my life, I went through trying to do the right things and not following God, exactly doing what He was doing, trying to do what was right, and it's stress. And Joycelyn wasn't happy, and we were going through lots of things, and I found myself addicted to alcohol. And so actually moved out of the house, lived out of the house for a year, and I pretty much gave up, and everybody pretty much gave up on us around us just because, hey, you guys need a divorce. And so
the world said we should have quit.
The world said we should have quit. Everybody said we should have quit. This isn't going to work. So, but basically God called a timeout and said, hey, stop. We can come back from anything, right? So basically fully surrendered to God, both of us did. She had her own things to work through, I had my own things to work through, and basically worked our way back. My last drink was October 12th, 2015. And so our family is in the best place it can ever be, because every day is a good day because God gave it to us, right? So we wake up in the morning knowing that God gave us this day to do something else today. And so there is nothing that God can't come back from, right? So He's the ultimate coach, the ultimate play caller.
I think our faith is what got us through our comeback, through our mess. Definitely saw a huge faith in our children, especially after the fact that it wasn't for Lake Church family to get us through, for them to be there for them when everything was just in question. They were there for us, and of course our families and friends, but definitely Lake Church played a huge part. And our faith, I definitely believe, is stronger that we've been through this.
Faith plays a huge part in our family. So basically letting go and letting God, not trying to control everything on your own, and also that there's something bigger. The prize is much bigger than just what we think it is, right? So faith is what got us through. Faith, family, that's what it's all about. So God put us here for a purpose, and so that's what we live every day for that purpose, and not whatever the world is trying to tell us that purpose is. So winning a game is fun, but that's not what it's all about.
Of course, the greatest comeback story in the Bible is Jesus, when He rose 3 days later after dying on the cross for our sins. And without His comeback story, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about ours. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. Without His love and mercy and forgiveness of our sins, we would not have been able to forgive each other.
Yeah, so Jesus' comeback story is pretty phenomenal. So he came into the world and he was not loved by the world. He was like going to a football game in Philadelphia. Everybody's throwing stuff at him and all that kind of good stuff. So the world hated him and crucified him, but he conquered death for us so that we could come back and not have to try to conquer death on our own. So that's the ultimate comeback story.